Welcome to Battle of the Brands. In today's episode, we're putting two single-cut Les Paul style guitars head-to-head. In the blue corner, we have the classic Gibson Les Paul. And in the red corner, we have a PJ Eggle Macon. So this is going to be quite the spectacle, so without further ado, let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars video. Hello guitarists, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley and today we're doing a Battle of the Brands video. Same setup, same strings, no excuses. Here at Squealing Pig Guitars, our main mission is to find the best guitars in the world. So these Battle of the Brands videos are really integral in finding the best guitars out there. So let's not dawdle any further and let's meet the contenders for today's video. So guitarists, it's time to meet the contenders. Let's meet the challenger. Let's open it up. Oh, such a beautiful guitar. So this is the PJ Eggle Macon. It's very much the challenger of today's episode. It's an incredible single cut guitar. I absolutely adore this finish. Obviously got a quilt maple top. That's two pieces. But this is kind of a little bit more than just a Les Paul. It's got a few more switching options. Obviously got this quilt maple top with a relic finish. We then have a mahogany back with a few contours, which I really like on this model. We then have a gorgeous, case closed. We also have a stunning roasted flamed maple neck with exposed maple binding. We also have rosewood fingerboard with the cool kind of hollowed out Gibson style inlays. And then moving on to the headstock, we've got some pretty cool hip shot tuners as well, which are open cocked. This guitar is equipped with two Mojo PAF pickups, which are very nice humbuckers. Some other details about this guitar is a 24.625 inch scale length. It's got a 12 inch fretboard radius, a fat C neck, and it's got Jescar medium frets. For me, PJ Eggle are going for a slightly more modern approach to the Les Paul. Although we have the vintage sounds, the playability of this guitar is definitely going to be more modern because of the slimmer neck and the recessed joint. So now let's check out the Gibson Les Paul, coming in a little bit more of a conservative lifting case. Opening it up. It just doesn't get old looking at these awesome guitars. This is obviously a Gibson Les Paul in Murphy Lab light aging. So it's got a beautiful kind of lemon burst to it, slightly greened out, which I really like. Obviously you guys know the specs of a Les Paul by now, but I will run down them just so you know. So you know the deal by now. We've got a maple top, two pieces of maple, really nice flame top on this one with the Murphy light aging. Then we have a mahogany back with the anlin dies. You can see this one's a 70th anniversary model. Obviously mahogany on the neck with that big chunky 59 profile. Rosewood fingerboard with celluloid inlays. The pickups in both of these guitars should be quite similar. This is the custom bucker set, which is obviously replicating that PAF tone. Very low wound, very nice, obviously ABR1 bridge and stop tailpiece. So that's all the specs of the Gibson. So let's take them outside and see how they look in daylight. Okay, so I've just made it outside the studio. Let's check out both of these guitars under daylight. So out of the two guitars, I definitely think the PJ Eggle wins the daylight test. So finally, it's time to put these two guitars head to head in the tone contest. I'm going to be using the identical tone as I previously mentioned, and I'm basically going to go from neck to middle to bridge, and we're just going to hear how the two guitars compare in terms of tone. So before we get started, here are a few predictions I have for today's episode. I think the Gibson Les Paul will have a brighter and more mid-range focused tone, whereas the Macon will sound a little bit more modern and have a little bit more of a scoop to the tone. So let's find out. Okay, so neck pickup first. So there's the first test. Make sure to comment down below what you think of the two tones. In my opinion, The Macon is a little bit darker and the Gibson is a little bit brighter, but so far have about the same level of gain.
Middle position. And finally, bridge.
So out of the two, the Gibson is definitely the brighter guitar, and I definitely prefer the tones, especially on the crunch sound. Now we're going to turn up the gain a little bit. Let's see what the Macon can do.
Now let's gain it up a little. Finally, neck pickup.
So that was quite interesting. With more distortion and more delay, I do think the two guitars actually sounded very similar, and I actually preferred the Macon sound on the neck pickup.
So guys, now it's time to hear both of these guitars in the mix. I've prepared the same backing track for both guitars and I have the exact same tone on both guitars. It's inspired by Anastasia by Slash, the iconic riff, but I put it into C minor and there's going to be a little bit of improvisation. I'm going to start off on the neck pickup of each guitar and then go to the bridge pickup. So let's fire up the backing track and get started. Now we're going to do the traditional gig test that we do on this channel. So we're going to be rating the feedback and the overall performance of the guitar at a very high level. Of course, I've still got my ear protection for this, so don't worry in the comment section below, I'm protecting my ears. We'll be getting very loud here. This is a 40-watt amplifier on around half volume, so it's very loud in the room, picked up with a condenser microphone. So let's get the earplugs in and start with the Gibson. Starting off on the bridge pickup. Nice feedback, not a lot of noise either, the hum's pretty low. Definitely less feedback, quite high pitched feedback as well when it comes through, so the pickups are probably slightly lower output than the Gibsons. Now let's do the riff test. Gibson sounds incredible. It's going to be hard for the PJ Eggle to beat that, but let's hear it. Incredible tones all around, but I think I prefer the Gibson. So now let's go to the end of the video and decide who is the winner of the Battle of the Brands. So guitarists, that is the end of this Battle of the Brands video. I really hope you've enjoyed this concept. Let me know down below if you have, and let me know your thoughts on both these guitars. Which one is the winner to you? Also, make sure to leave a thumbs up if you've enjoyed and hit the hype points button. This really helps us get more exposure on these videos, and of course, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. YouTube tells us that 77% of you guys are subscribed to the channel, so make sure to change that by hitting the subscribe button. So let's get down to the nitty gritties. Which guitar wins today's episode? So today's video has been really hard to judge as they're both really good, and it's a very, very fine victory, but the Gibson Les Paul just comes out on top because of the tone.
However, I really enjoyed playing the Macon today. It had a lovely snappy sound, very easy to shred on, and the overall package of that guitar is sensational. It actually does a lot more than a Les Paul. It has single coil tones, it's got a lot more of a faster feeling neck, and obviously it's got a maple neck as well. However, that classic Gibson Les Paul sound is near impossible to beat, and that is the reason it just slightly won today's episode. However, I would happily gig either of these instruments, and I would not complain. Personally, I'd love to have a Macon in my collection. Again, PJ Eggle are making some of the best guitars on the market at the moment, so make sure to check them out if you're in the market for a Les Paul or one of the other classic shapes. In terms of a rating for both of these guitars, I'm going to give the Gibson Murphy Lab a 9.2 out of 10, and I'm going to give the Macon a 9 out of 10. So you can see how close today's competition was. But I really hope you've enjoyed the Battle of Brands videos today. We're going to be doing these every single week, so leave your suggestions down below of what other guitars we can compare. But that is the end of today's video, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed. It is Friday today, so I'll see you on Monday for another video. But have a great weekend, stay safe out there, and I'll see you soon. But until then, keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.